I'm Molly.
I'm Julie.
And I'm Jen.
And welcome to Folks Forever, a Lois and Clark rewatch podcast.
We're three fans who've been loving LNC since 1993.
Each week we'll recap one episode and talk about at least one LNC related topic.
If you would like to learn more about who we are, how we became folks, and or how we became friends, check out our intro episode.
Today we're going to be discussing Season 2, Episode 9, Season's Greedings. We'll also be talking about some of the popular toys from our childhoods.
Christmas, Christmas, time is here.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas! I love you.
Merry Christmas.
Christmas in August.
Season's Greetings first aired on December 4th, 1994. Since this is our final 1994 episode, we wanted to take the chance to talk about our favorite 1994 songs. We each made a list of our top 5. Who would like to go first?
I can go. My favorites were Secret by Madonna, Endless Love, Luther Vandross and Mariah Carey, All I Want to Do, Sheryl Crow, Stay, Lisa Loeb, and The Sign, Ace of Base, with a special shout out to Crazy Aerosmith and I Swear All for One.
Cool. Okay, Julie, what do you got?
I have a couple duplicates from your list, Jen. I also put All I Want to Do by Sheryl Crow and Crazy by Aerosmith. I also liked Loser by Beck, Mr. Jones, Counting Crows. And at this time, I was kind of starting to get into country music, so I picked the song Don't Take the Girl by Tim McGraw.
Oh, yeah.
So I wasn't really listening to pop music in 94, so this is more like what I like now. Yeah. So my list is Now I Lay Me Down by Sophie B. Hawkins, Hallelujah, the Jeff Buckley version, I'll Remember by Madonna, Take a Bow by Madonna, and the main title from My Girl 2 by Cliff Idleman.
Aww.
I love that music.
There were a lot of good songs that came out that year.
Yeah, I miss the 90s. I miss 90s music in general, 90s and early 2000s. Take me back.
Did you guys ever get any of those CDs from Columbia House?
Yes.
You know where they would send you 10 CDs for 99 cents?
Uh-huh.
That year, I got a bunch of things from Columbia House, and I never paid a penny. How did that work?
Because they sold your info and made their money that way.
True.
Sorry to say.
I just remember getting some really random ones like Celine Dion, Boys to Men, Bette Midler, just a bunch of random stuff.
That's awesome. Yeah, I have a whole bunch from then. Good times.
Good times, indeed. I was looking at all the songs that came out in 1994, and one in particular brought back a memory. Baby, I Love Your Way.
Oh, yeah.
By Big Mountain. Do you know this song?
Uh-huh.
The reason I remember this is because our mall had this kiosk that you could go into, kind of like those photo booth things. And you'd go in, you'd pick a song, and you would sing karaoke, and it would give you a cassette tape.
Oh, no.
And I did it to that song with a friend, and it was pretty bad. I need to find it.
Can we post it if you find it?
That would be terrifying.
All about embarrassing ourselves on the internet, guys.
Season's Greetings was written by Dean Cain, who you may recognize from his work as Clark Kent and also Superman. This is the first of 2 scripts that he wrote for Lois and Clark, the other being virtually destroyed in Season 3. Season's Greetings was directed by Randall Zisk. This is number 5 of 6 total episodes that he directed. He was also a co-executive producer, beginning with Illusions of Grandeur and continuing through And the Answer Is at the end of Season 2.
All right, every LNC episode had a title. Season's Greetings is a play on the term Season's Greetings, like hello, Happy New Year, Happy Christmas. But the episode is all about greed and so greetings. But I want to say, though, I have Kay Callan's script from this episode, the original title, Christmas Greetings, just does not have the same ring to it.
Wow.
Yeah, not as good.
No, I like Season's Greetings better.
During the first 2 seasons, before the episode titles were known to the general public, we had to make up our own fake titles so that we could label our VHS tapes. My fake title for this episode was Atomic Space Rats.
That's a good one.
Well, my fake title was Christmas Superman.
What?
Mine is worse than the original title.
That's awful.
Pretty much.
You were halfway to the original, though. Mine was Christmas episode. And I know there were more episodes that had like Christmas in them, but this was the first really blatant Christmas episode, so that's what I called it.
But how did you know it was about Superman? You would just think it was a Christmas episode of any show unless you write Christmas Superman. And then.
True. Well, all my tapes were LNC.
Before we get into our more detailed discussion of Season's Greetings, we'll be giving our very own summaries in 16 words or less. And today we start with Julie.
My summary is Toyman unleashes chaos via space rats, Clark nearly gets spanked, and Lois finds Christmas for herself.
That's good.
Good gravy. What about you, Jen?
I just did mine like literally 3 minutes ago because I forgot to do it. Don't judge me. It's Christmas. Rats make everyone act like children. Are any of those for me? Oh my God.
No, they're all mine.
My summary is, it's Christmas time. Poisoned toys lead to greed and goofy hijinks. Lois and Clark hold hands.
Aw.
Woohoo!
They're basically in love.
I mean, that's where we're going, right? Okay. Well, we all watched these episodes when they were originally on, and sometimes we have specific memories going way back to 1994. Jen, do you have any memories of your first time watching this episode?
I don't necessarily remember watching it for the first time, but I do remember the feeling that I had that week afterwards. I very specifically have a flashbulb memory of being at my best friend's house. I would always make her watch and make her talk about the show with me. And I even got her little sister, who was like 2 or 3 years younger, to watch too. So we were like this trio of friends. Anyway, it was one of those evenings the following week after it originally aired, and I sat in their living room looking out the window, and there were Christmas lights outside, and I just remember thinking, I can't wait to go home and watch it again, even though I had probably just watched it with my friend. But I legit felt Christmas magic in my body coursing through my veins thinking about the show, and a huge part of that was thanks to this episode. So I was living and breathing the episode, and it was pure magic. So that's my memory. How about you?
So for me, I remember that we got home late again that Sunday night, but unlike with Operation Blackout, the VCR was doing its job. So we came home, and it was the part where Mr. Schott is giving Miss Duffy all the presents, the car and the necklace and everything like that. And then I watched it from there. Like, I was not the kind of person to be like, oh no, it's half over, I better wait for it to end and watch the whole thing. Oh, no, no, no. I start watching it right there and all the way to the end. And then I also have a little memory about Denise Richards, but I will save that for the next section. How about you, Julie?
The first viewing, I don't have huge memories from other than remembering that I really, really loved it. And I watched it over and over, and it really got me into like the Christmas spirit. The biggest thing I remember is really the first time that I watched it in HD. I've seen this episode 500 times. I watch it every single Christmas. The end scene with Lois, in my brain, her dress is black. On the show, in HD, it is purple. And it hurts my brain, even watching it just in this rewatch, because I'm like, it's wrong. It is wrong in my head. Because on the DVD, it looks black. On my TV originally, it looked black. Just in my brain, it's wrong. It's wrong.
I have not apparently seen a purple dress. It is black. Darn it. I will stand by you on this one. It's going to be one of those internet memes. What color is this dress? And everyone will fight. But
Exactly.
listeners, weigh in. What color is Lois's dress in the end of this episode? What do you think? I was sure you were going to mention like when you watched it on streaming and the music was wrong
Oh,
for a while.
the
Remember that?
music. Yes. When the song changes, that throws me off too. And they changed
Hmm.
the song in like the syndication on the hub for the twist, right? They switched it
Mm-hmm.
with Perry dancing to some other really random,
Mm-hmm.
terrible song that didn't match.
Come on, Pete! Talk to me! Talk
Yeah,
to
that
me!
bothered me too. But those are my weird memories.
Jen, tell us about the guest stars for this episode.
I can do that. Isabel Sanford played Margaret Duffy. Personally, I remember her from her Old Navy commercials, but she is best known for the Jeffersons and All in the Family. She had a number of guest appearances on shows, but was mostly known for her gravelly voice and appearing on those two shows. Dick Van Patten played the orphanage worker. He is from Freaky Friday, Robin Hood, Men in Tights, and Spaceballs, as well as the 1980s show Eight is Enough. He was also in Soylent Green. Did you guys ever watch that?
I have not seen it.
No.
I'm just going to say, it's people.
Spoiler!
It's weird. It's weird. Denise Richards played Angela. She is best known for The World Is Not Enough, Starship Troopers, Wild Things, and Love Actually. I don't know why. I know who she is, but before this, I wouldn't have been able to list anything that she's actually been in. I feel like she's famous for being a model and for being married to Charlie Sheen.
Oh, Drop Dead Gorgeous, 1999.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So funny.
But she's kind of famous.
Kinda.
Dom Herrera played Harry, best known for Barnyard, The Big Lebowski, and Captain Simeon and the Space Monkeys, supposedly. I don't know what that is.
The Space
Okay.
Monkeys.
Oh, actually, yeah, I looked it up. I don't know. It's a NASA monkey that shot into space and goes off course and is found by an alien race that mistakes him for Earth's dominant species. Okay, I don't know. It's a cartoon.
Okay.
Go look it up. He's done a lot of voice acting. He's known for like Hey Arnold, Bob's Burgers, etc. Sherman Hemsley played Mr. Shot. He is best known for The Jeffersons, All in the Family. For both of those, he played George Jefferson, and he's done a lot of other things, but that's basically his big claim to fame. Sandy Van Dyke played Danielle. She played young Winona in Naomi and Winona, Love Can Build a Bridge in 1995. And she did a few other appearances like The Feminine Touch, CIA 2, Target Alexa, and the TV movie My Brother's Keeper. And I wonder if she's out there somewhere, because we should have her on the podcast.
But she won't have anything to say.
Oh, but I'm ching. Molly's with her jokes. Oh, yeah, that's true. But we could ask her what was it like to have such a big part and not have any lines. Right? Maybe. You never know. Sharon Thomas Kane played the pretentious lady. We've covered her before, so I won't go in deep. But we should note that this is her second appearance so far. She previously was in season 1, episode 8, Green Green Glow of Home, and will return one more time in season 3, episode 5, Just Say Noah.
And she is Dean's mama.
And she is Dean's mommy.
How did she get this job?
No connections. I don't know how. I have no idea. And last but not least, Brian Wagner played Joel. He is known for Camp Nowhere, Kindergarten Cop, The Amazing Panda Adventure, and he did 5 episodes of Step by Step.
All right, my Denise Richards memory incoming here. Okay, so right after this episode aired, I'm rewatching it. I'm seeing all the credits go by, and I see the name Denise Richards, and I'm like, that name sounds familiar. And I thought about it. And then I realized where I knew her from. She had done multiple segments for the 1991 Dom DeLuise series, Candid Camera. All the men are like, and so she would play like, oh, I'm flirting with you. And then they'd be on camera just drooling over her. And then they'd be like, ha, you've been played. You're on Candid Camera. Anyways, the reason I remember her from that is because when we went to Universal in 91, we were in the audience for an episode. And so she was in one of the pre-recorded segments of that. So then we wanted to get this episode on tape, right? Because we're in it. And we finally got it on tape. So somewhere in our VHS collection is an episode of Candid Camera where Denise Richards is over here and they name her. That's why I know her name. And
That's cool.
My brother and I are over here, like
Nice.
randomly. So
Nice.
All right. Let's get into the episode. Right away, it's clear that this is the Christmas episode. Snow covers the ground. Lois looks super cute and festive in a red jacket with a white hat and gloves. As Lois and Clark walk past the Coates orphanage, a worker accidentally drops a wreath while decorating. Clark hands it back, and the two continue on their way. They pass by a group of kids building a snowman in the park. Unfortunately, several of them are picking on this little girl named Danielle until an older boy steps in and says,
"Don't pick on Danielle."
Nearby, a man and woman are sitting on the park bench. The woman, Miss Duffy, looks more than a little nervous about what's about to happen, while the man, Winslow Schott, is convinced he's about to teach the world a lesson.
Children! Oh, children! Come here, won't you?
You're not some kind of weirdo, are you, mister?
No, I'm a toy maker. Here, let me show you.
He opens up a box and shows them what's inside.
Ta-da! The atomic space rat.
It's a creepy toy rat that sprays a foul-smelling mist from a gun shaped like a piece of cheese. He sprays the older boy, hands him the rat, and the boy immediately starts spraying the other kids. Within seconds, they are all acting greedy. The same boy, who had just defended Danielle, suddenly snatches her hat, along with the snowman's gloves and nose. I have to give Danielle some credit, though, because the only reason she's not affected is because she's the only smart one there. She stayed away from the stranger danger when everybody else was like, okay, cool, let's go over this weirdo.
Yeah.
But Joel could have sprayed her. He could have come over and sprayed her, but he didn't.
Meanwhile, Clark is doing his best to convince Lois that Christmas is the greatest holiday ever. Lois is not buying it, casually lumping Christmas in with holidays like the 4th of July and Arbor Day.
See, I think what makes Christmas so special is the whole spirit of... shopping. I just remembered some last-second shopping. Excuse me.
Lois watches him leave and sarcastically remarks,
The spirit of shopping. That about sums it up, doesn't it?
I'm curious, where does Christmas rank for you guys?
It is at the very top for me. I love Christmas.
I hate 4th of July, and Arbor Day it comes and goes. You don't even know it's there. So
Yeah,
I don't even know when Arbor Day is.
I don't
I-
either.
I guess it's my favorite just because actually I don't like most of the other ones, weirdly. Oh, I like Easter. Get the candy, the eggs, and all that.
I think Christmas is top.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving's good, Easter's good, Halloween's good.
Halloween. Yeah.
Moments later, Superman arrives just as the kids are about to pelt Danielle with snowballs. He blows the snowballs right back at the bullies, wishes Danielle a Merry Christmas, and flies off. Okay. Good job, Superman.
What do you guys think of this scene? She was not in mortal danger.
No.
And Clark had to get away from it. Wasn't just like Clark's on his own. Oh, I see this happening. He has to get away from Lois and make an excuse, which he shouldn't keep doing that.
I mean, a lot of kids against one little girl. That was a lot of
Yeah.
snowballs.
Yeah. Kids are gonna be kids. I don't know.
It's sweet, but it's also like it's not as bad as later in the season when he apprehends the vandals who are painting in an alleyway.
Yeah, that one's,
But it's-
yeah.
It's still one of those ones where I'm like,
Or umpires a kid's baseball game.
or the- yeah, yeah. There are times, but see, in those two instances, he was like avoiding Lois on purpose.
Yeah.
Here, it's like, why? You guys were having a moment. What the heck? I guess he
Yeah.
really felt like this was something he had to go do.
Watching from the sidelines, Schott is thrilled. He proudly tells Miss Duffy,
The rats go on sale first thing tomorrow morning. Every toy store in Metropolis will carry them. Every child will want one. Everyone who comes near them will smell them and, oh, Miss Duffy, what a Christmas this will be!
Miss Duffy, meanwhile, looks a little less enthusiastic about this.
This is not her deal.
Not really sure why she's going along with this, other than the fact that she clearly likes him.
Mhm.
Yeah. The things you do for love.
Run away, Duffy. Run away.
Yeah.
Run far away. Things are not going to go well. The next morning, Lois and Clark are once again walking to work, and Clark is still trying to convince Lois to embrace the Christmas spirit.
Lois, doesn't the time of year and the feeling in the air just make you happy?
Clark, you do not have to sell me on Christmas. I'm not the Grinch. I like it a lot.
But you don't love it.
But I like it a lot.
A lot, or a lot? A lot.
Somewhere between a lot and a lot, a lot.
As they continue walking, they pass a Salvation Army-style Santa ringing a bell and collecting donations for the orphanage. Clark immediately drops the money into the bucket because he's a great guy, and we realize it's the same man from the orphanage the day before, the one who dropped the wreath. Such a small world in Metropolis. The Santa gives an emotional speech about how much the orphaned children need help, and even Lois is moved enough to donate. As she drops in her money, she jokes,
Boy, this guy's good.
Lois, why don't you go ahead? I want to stay and talk to Santa.
Of course you do.
I love how every square inch of the screen has Christmas decorations. Even as they were walking, it's like, as it pans, you are not without some red or green or bells or garland or Christmas trees or whatever. I mean, it's like a Hallmark movie.
"Do you see the big inflatable snowman out there?
Yeah.
I want one of those." I have a big inflatable goat.
Every time you're like, I want one of those, you're like, I want one of everything. It's Julie with the Lois and Clark props. I want one of everything.
I want one of those. I want
But I
one of
would-
those. Oh, are any of those for me?
Are any of those for me? Can I have those props? I want a rat.
Like a real, like in the box rat.
A real,
Yeah.
real one. There's at least one out there that somebody has.
Nice.
Send it to me, please. But I have fake little ones that I made.
They're cute.
So we cut to Perry in his office on the phone with Alice.
I know, honey, I'm excited too. Our very first Christmas alone together. Now, tomorrow night, we're going to have some nice candlelight, and I'm going to put on that special red Santa suit and ask you whether you've been naughty or nice.
We get the picture. Though, first Christmas alone together?
Well, I'm assuming that the kids weren't going to come for like Christmas
Yeah.
Eve, but we know one of them's probably in jail.
Yeah,
That we learn later.
in somewhere.
That's maybe
The other one maybe has a girlfriend and is off with her. So I think alone together means that no one's coming over.
So maybe they're not having company.
Right. That's what I think that means.
We then see Jimmy assembling a Secret Santa booth.
What's a Secret Santa?
Okay, y'all. Who doesn't know what a Secret Santa is?
They were kind of new in 94. I feel like it wasn't that well known.
All right.
Jimmy's wearing Ned.
Ned, the shirt is back. Alrighty then. Moving on. She introduces herself as Angela, but he fumbles around and just says,
I'm in charge of it.
she clearly thinks he's cute and says,
Nice to meet you, Mr. I'm in charge of it.
and then walks away. Poor Jimmy. He just
Poor
can't
Jimmy.
get it together.
I know.
Lois arrives at her desk and is instantly annoyed by all of the Christmas decorations all over it. She starts ripping them off and goes to throw them in the trash can.
What, you don't like it?
Do I have a choice?
Excuse me?
No, it's just that it's everywhere. Ribbons and wreaths and mistletoe and trees and Santas and elves and Frosty the Snowman and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer pounding you in the face over and over. You must love Christmas, you must love Christmas, you must love Christmas.
I don't think she doesn't like Christmas. I don't think she has a good, I guess, backstory with the Christmas holidays and family, and she doesn't have that warm
Right.
feeling that you get
Right.
because her family life is not the greatest.
Right.
I mean, last Christmas, if you think about it, she was marked for death and nearly assassinated like 5 times. So
That's
Yeah.
true.
this Christmas has to be better.
She had to have CPR last Christmas.
Mr. Suzuki
Yes.
turned on her and she's never been able to look at him the same way since.
Well, outside, Clark is enjoying a cup of eggnog with Santa. Well, Santa admits that he's had no luck getting local toy stores to donate gifts for the orphanage. Clark tells him he knows someone who can help, a friend who also grew up as an orphan. Guys, why doesn't he just say Superman here? Why does he have to be weirdly cryptic, saying that he spends a lot of time flying in and out of Metropolis? Why? What was the point here?
I think that's just a joke for the audience.
Clearly, but it's weird. It's weird. Just say it. Just say you're friends with Superman. It's okay. It's all right.
Maybe he doesn't want Santa to know it's Superman helping because, I don't know. Because then he'd be like, oh no, Superman has better things to do, saving, volcanoes and sharks and whatever else he does.
Volcanoes.
You don't need to bother him with this, some
Volcano.
Volcanoes.
Metropolis has gone prehistoric.
He saves people from a volcano in season 3. I don't know why you're making this weird. I know I'm right.
Was it a volcano?
Volcanoes, plural.
Wasn't it an earthquake?
No!
I don't know.
It was a volcano. And it was gonna kill everybody. And I don't know what he did. Froze it. You just wait. Just wait.
Just wait for the volcano scene. Okay.
I can't wait. I'm excited. Oh my gosh. Okay, compose yourself. All right. Back at the Daily Planet, Lois is doing her best to put together some kind of Christmas, but it's not going well. She has tried to contact her father, who she can't get a hold of. Her mom can't come. And Lucy announces that she's spending Christmas with her new boyfriend in Venice.
Christmas in Venice? Wow, that's romantic. Oh, Venice, California. So he's either an artist or an actor. Well, good luck. You're gonna need it. Merry Christmas.
Lois's hopes for a family Christmas have officially fallen apart. Poor Lois. She's trying.
I know she just decided to embrace Christmas this very day, but typically if you're going to ask somebody to Christmas, you do it a few weeks beforehand and not however many days this is.
Right.
Perry interrupts her with news about the rats.
People going nuts for them.
Let me guess. Slow news day.
A 70-year-old lady just knocked another lady's dentures out. For crying out loud.
We cut to Schott's warehouse, where he's surrounded by hundreds, maybe even thousands of atomic space rats. He's busy stirring a giant vat of yellow goo, while Miss Duffy happily plays with a cute little teddy bear nearby. Miss Duffy gushes that the teddy bear is the best toy Schott has ever made, and we finally learn what sparked this entire revenge plot. The pair were both fired from Metropolis Toys the previous Christmas. Presumably, his toys were not a very big hit, so goodbye. Now he's determined to create a toy that every kid will want. Why do they have clothespins on their nose?
I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah.
Come on.
What would you suggest?
It's a funny image, though. They're leaning into the cartoony in the last 3 episodes.
What do you think they should be wearing, like masks or something?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's a great alternative. I don't know.
They should definitely be wearing masks, not a clothespin.
Yeah.
That's true, but then, yeah, that...
Plus, she's kind of just walking around without one and walks up to it without one. So,
yeah,
I don't know. There's a little bit of pheromone, my lovely issues with this episode.
Yes. When does it actually start to impact you? How close do you have to be to it?
You have to breathe it through your nose. Only your nose, not your mouth.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Not your mouth.
Never mind that it goes through the same, like, if you know anything about the human body.
Stop with your science. We don't have that here.
Okay.
Metropolis science is different than
Right.
normal science. It's different. We'll just take it how it is.
All right. It's fine.
Clark, Lois, and Jimmy head to Farmingdale's Toys to check out the rats and snap a few photos for the planet. The store hasn't even opened yet, but a huge crowd is already waiting outside. Lois convinces an employee to unlock the door just for them, which, unsurprisingly, backfires when the entire crowd rushes in behind them. Hello, duh.
This reminded me of, do you remember like Black Friday sales in the 90s where you would have the newspaper ads for like all the toys that are big? And that's what, I mean, you would see on the news people running into stores like this, and it was chaos. It was crazy. But that was like a kind of a legitimate picture of the time.
It was chaos. I never went shopping that day. I stayed home every single year. It is not worth dying and getting trampled over saving a few dollars. Nope. Not it. Not doing it.
I was one of those people. I totally did the Black Friday shopping.
Yeah, I begged to be allowed to go to Target one year on Black Friday because they were giving away like gift sacks and they were going to have like Snapple inside and all this stuff. And we got there and like, yeah, like you said, it was a mad dash. And then people were taking more than one and they ran out and we didn't get one. And I was just like, I hate this. Let's go home. And never again.
Don't blame you.
That's basically what happens in this scene. That poor boy basically just gets trampled. And Clark, I don't know why he couldn't have just helped him as Clark, but Clark changes into Superman to help him up. Good job, Superman.
Oh, he's so heavy.
I have one of the scripts for this one, and so does Julie, but in my version of the script, he does help him out as Clark. He does not change into Superman, which I wish they had kept that because, also there wasn't a stampede in that version either. But in this version, with a stampede and Superman arriving and yet not helping with any of that, that kind of bugs me.
Yeah. It's just like, whatever. But, now that he's Superman, he could ask him to donate toys. So he's got a better chance of getting toys as Superman than as Clark.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
But now we're going to go inside the chaotic, crazy store where Lois spots one of the rats, picks it up, and accidentally sprays herself right in the face. Here we go, guys. Within seconds, the store ups into complete madness as customers shove, fight, and grab every rat they can find. Lois even gets into a tug of war over one with another shopper, played by none other than Dean Cain's real-life mother.
Sorry, I had it first. 9/10 of the law. You give me that.
I believe its rather unusual side effect will be to make adults act like children.
Well, I had it first. Did you not get so?
The question is, will they act like greedy children?
I always enjoy spotting her in episodes. She's in 3 episodes. I think it's funny, though, that they get to fight. The struggle ends with the rat's head popping off, splattering the yellow goo all over Lois's hands. Watching from a distance, Shot and Miss Duffy couldn't be happier. Or at least, Shot couldn't. Then Shot announces it's time for step 2 of his plan.
Step 2? There's a step 2? We're ruining Christmas, Miss Duffy. It's a big job.
Just out of curiosity, if I were to ask you right now, what is step 2?
Wasn't it going to the homeless camp?
Maybe.
Making more and stocking every shelf was his step 2? That's my guess. I don't know. It's a little confusing.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll have more on that later. My version of the script has some very weird extra stuff that kind of makes some stuff make sense and yet not, but we'll get there. So I was just curious what you guys thought step 2 entailed.
Okay.
Back at the Daily Planet, Lois walks in carrying 3 rats, refusing to let anyone else have one. The spray has definitely kicked in, and she's acting like an excited little kid, talking in a high-pitched voice and happily playing with her new toys. Clark, on the other hand, has had enough.
They're my rats.
Look, it was kind of a funny joke in the cab, a little less funny in the lobby. Now it's getting old, and we've got a deadline, so can I just please have a look?
Lois agrees to a look. She lifts up the rat, sprays him in the face, bursts out laughing, and runs off.
Oh, that smells terrible. Awful. I like it.
Me too.
The mist hits both Clark and Jimmy, and within seconds, they're just as childish and greedy.
Okay. Why does it impact Clark? Why?
Questions. The
The
perfume didn't
pheromone, my
impact
lovely
him.
stuff. Yes, the perfume.
This did.
But
Fine.
the hypnosis did.
Okay.
So some things do.
Did some chemicals do, some don't, I guess?
I need a handbook.
None of it makes sense, but yet I absolutely love it. I
Me
love
too.
it. I love how they go over to the candy and he uses his little super vacuum and sucks it all up, and Jimmy looks like a big old squirrel with the cheeks like puffing out. I love it all. It's hilarious.
Yes. Mhm.
It's very well done.
It's very, very good. Meanwhile, Lois is perched on top of her desk talking to Lucy.
Hello, Lucy. It's Lois. I just wanted to let you know that you are not invited to my Christmas dinner tomorrow night. Well, because all the food that I'm going to buy is mine and I'm not sharing.
Even though Lucy had already declined her Christmas invitation.
I was thinking, watching it this time around, that it would have been a good opportunity for her to actually be calling Molly Flynn in that scene, because then it would explain why we never see Molly Flynn again, because Lois
Oh, yeah, that's true.
forgot that she did that, and
Right?
You're uninvited. We're not friends anymore.
I'm just curious what all these other people in the Daily Planet are thinking, because none of them were affected and they're just going about their normal business. All of this chaos is happening. They're just like, oh, it's fine. Like, this is just a normal day.
Lois and Clark are allowed to do whatever they want all the time, so okay.
Clark and Jimmy race through the office in rolling chairs, and then Perry storms out of his office shouting, "What in the Sam Hill is going on out here?" As if things weren't ridiculous enough, Lois has started playing hopscotch across the newsroom floor. Perry notices the squares and demands to know if she's actually drew them with a magic marker. Busted! I think she did.
I think she did too.
Clark cannot resist rubbing it in that she's in trouble, and he chants and dances all adorably.
Lois is in trouble. Lois is in trouble.
Well, I have all the rats and you don't have any.
I could get those if I wanted.
Hey, that's enough.
How can I leave any of this out? It's all
No, it's so good. I'm obsessed with this scene. I am so obsessed. I
think this whole scene is going to be quotes. Oh, shoot.
It's good.
Perry is over it. He has reached his breaking point. He is great in this scene as well.
Now, we still got a paper to put out and a story to do on those rats.
The moment that he says rats, however, Jimmy completely melts down, screaming,
Oh, Chief, give me the rats. Give me the rats.
Hey,
Give me the rats.
hey, Jimmy,
I'll do
hey,
I'll
hey.
do it, okay? All right,
That's it. Be here. Good night.
that does it.
Lois, give me those rats.
She pouts and reluctantly backs away before finally surrendering the rats and trudging back to her desk. Did anybody listen to the commentary from the DVDs?
Not in a million
Not
years.
lately. Not lately.
I didn't recently, but I do remember this. I remember Dean commenting about Terry's pouting and saying that, you know, when she pouts in real life, just like that, she can get whatever she wants.
Oh,
And
funny.
I thought that was funny. Like, I'm sure she did.
Aw.
Gotta have strategies in this life.
Yes.
Yep. So then Clark then asks if he can have one.
Can I help, please?
Clark, you want me to send you to the dark room?
Dark room?
You heard me.
No.
Well, then settle down. Go back to your desk.
Apparently, that was a Lane Smith ad-lib. Darkroom was not in the
But
script.
It's so good.
It's so good, right?
Yeah.
I love that one. I didn't know what a dark room was at this point in my life, I remember. And I was like, okay. Have you guys been in a dark room?
I don't want to go to any dark room. I don't want to go there. No.
My uncle owned a printing press, basically, and he would develop pictures. And so from the time I was very small, I knew what a dark room was. I was like, oh, I was picturing my uncle's print shop.
when I took photography, there were two stages to it. The first one was where you had to be in a completely dark closet and roll the film onto like a metal thing. Now, I just couldn't do it, and it was weird and claustrophobic. Then when you got into the part with the printing where they had the red light and everything, that was better, but I don't like that first part, no. I would not want to be sent there.
Oh.
Yeah,
I thought the dark room was cool. It was like a hiding spot.
Well, the thread at least worked for Clark, though, because he goes back to his desk for like a total of 5 seconds. And then he sees donuts and takes the entire box at super speed.
I love
Oh, Clark. I guess he likes donuts.
We know he loves donuts. He's loved donuts ever since episode 1. He had him in his fridge and outside his fridge. His cupboards and his fridge.
That's true. So Perry carries the confiscated rats back to his office, completely baffled by why everyone is suddenly acting so crazy over a bunch of toy rodents. Yeah, one of the sucker shoots.
I have this whole episode memorized. That's how much I love it.
I could quote this entire episode. I swear it. I could. I've seen it so many times.
It is way up there for me. All right, next we see Jonathan stepping out of the Daily Planet elevator with Martha complaining because apparently some lady cut in front of them while they were Christmas shopping. Their arms are overflowing with beautifully wrapped presents and some Christmas gift bags. Jonathan is completely over Metropolis, declaring,
"This is the last Christmas we come to Metropolis to do our Christmas shopping. This town is crazy. Everybody pushing, shoving, grabbing."
Proving Jonathan's point, Lois comes barreling out of nowhere. She runs right up to them, starts grabbing the presents out of their arms, and I completely lose it every single time I watch a scene. She excitedly says,
"Oh, are any of those for me? Are any of those for me? Oh, there's so many. I don't know which one to choose."
And then she scoops up an armful of gifts and takes off running with them.
I love it. There might have been something for her.
Maybe.
Maybe.
But maybe those were for Clark, and she's gonna be like, cufflinks? What do I need? Old Spice? What?
Old Spice. It smells great. It's mine now.
Maybe some new ties. She could wear those.
She deserves an Emmy. She's so good. Just the way she acts like a kid. Fabulous. The timing is comedy gold. Her acting is perfection. Okay. Next, we head into Perry's office, where The Twist by Chubby Checker is playing. As this camera pans across his desk, complete with like a snow globe and a space rat, we're treated to the sight of Perry's feet on the desk. He's dancing along to the music with his shirt unbuttoned, his collar puffed, and he's fully channeling Elvis. The last time we saw Perry this uninhibited was when he was under the Love Potion and Pheromone, My Lovely. So it's obvious that he's sniffed out the space rats and he's under the effects of the potion or whatever it is, and he's acting like a child. Then Jonathan and Martha walk in, and they are totally dumbfounded by the spectacle that's in front of them. Martha slowly takes off her earmuffs. Her eyes are as wide as saucers, while Jonathan cautiously says hello and asks if they've seen Clark. Perry turns around, flashes them his tush, shoots them a mischievous little grin, and just keeps on dancing. This entire sequence is ridiculous, but Lane commits to it 100%, and it's impossible to not laugh.
And Martha and Jonathan's reactions, like, save it for me. I mean, as a kid, I really liked this scene. It was super silly. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, the secondhand embarrassment of this man. But their reactions, they save it.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's funny.
He was clearly having some fun.
I would love to see some outtakes of if there are any of that scene. Are there?
I don't have the dailies full episode, but I do have dailies from the part where they walk in the office, the falling over, you know, when Lois falls over. I have him dancing and dancing and dancing and dancing. I have the crew's laugh in the background. It's funny.
Aw.
Yeah.
This would have been a great episode to like just be on set for. So back out in the newsroom, Lois spots a stuffed Frosty the Snowman and an elf sitting on Clark's desk. She snatches them, lets out a little mischievous little giggle, and takes off running. Clark catches her in the act, narrows his eyes, lowers his glasses, and uses his heat vision to melt the heel off Lois's shoe, sending her stumbling.
He could have hurt her really bad.
How
Bad,
rude.
being naughty. But kids are naughty, guys. That's what they do.
Well, I guess.
Martha has a front row seat to all of this from Perry's office, and she immediately slips into full-on angry mom mode. She storms out of the office, yelling,
Clark Jerome Kent, you get over here right now.
What? What'd I do?
You know exactly what you did.
Martha is having none of it. She marches right over, grabs him by the ear, and she drags him to the conference room. It doesn't hurt him. It can't. But why does he act like it does? I don't know.
More shock, embarrassment.
Shock,
Like,
embarrassment,
what?
maybe?
I guess, maybe.
Okay. Well, sir, you are Superman.
That's an interesting point, though, because although he does burn the heel, and he does suck up the M&Ms and everything, other than that, though, he's not really being his Man of Steel bar's chaotic self. I mean, he could have, when he raced those chairs, like, put a hole in the wall or something. Like,
Yeah,
he doesn't
right.
go too far. I wonder what's going on there.
Yeah.
But he's known ever since he was a little kid that he needs to, like, suppress and hide that. So I guess he still knows that? I don't know.
Yeah. So then Martha delivers one of my favorite lines in this episode.
I never spanked you. I never had to. But right now, I'd like to drop your britches and tan your hide like cheap leather.
Now, Martha.
She explains to Jonathan that Clark burned the heel off of Lois's shoe. And Clark is completely bewildered because in his mind, Lois stole his stuff first. So I'm like thinking of my students here. Makes me laugh. So that's when Jonathan quietly puts the pieces together. He says, Martha, I don't think he's quite himself. And neither is Lois, and neither is Perry.
I kind of wish they'd had, I mean, no, I don't wish that they'd made Martha and Jonathan be sprayed by rats, but if there's a fanfic out there where that happens, I would like to read it because I just want to know what that would have been like.
That could have been pretty cute.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what Jonathan would do.
I know. What would he do?
Clark
Clark then remembers being near the elevators when one of those space rats sprayed him. Ever since then, he's felt like a greedy little kid. So next we cut to the streets of Metropolis where Mr. Shot and Miss Duffy approach a homeless encampment. A group of people are gathered around a fire burning in the garbage can, trying to stay warm. Miss Duffy hesitantly asks if this is really step 2 of the plan. And Mr. Shot immediately snaps at her.
No, show a little backbone, Miss Duffy.
He's so dismissive of her here. He doesn't have any respect for her. And she's his supposed partner, so don't
Well,
like
she
him.
was waffling.
Yeah.
She's a waffler.
She's a waffler.
So remember at the very beginning, Miss Duffy was like waffling, as he says, where she's like, oh, I don't know about, well, actually, da-da-da-da-da. And then here she's acting like, well, I don't know if we should be doing this. I think he's kind of just tired of that side of her that is not very confident. And I feel like maybe Miss Duffy is a little bit like damsel-y. He's probably just kind of annoyed with her because she's supposed to be helping him and supportive. In his mind. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but in his mind, she's supposed to be helping him and supportive, as she did when she was his secretary. And instead, she's kind of just dragging her feet and not being as cooperative as he would like. But good for her at the same time, since what he's doing isn't great.
Yeah. Okay, so then Shot turns his attention to the people around the fire and he calls out for everyone's attention.
It is the holiday season again. And you're a bunch of unemployed longshoremen who will no doubt be spending this Christmas Eve in a flea-bitten flophouse, alone, broke, and if you're very lucky, smashed out of your mind on the cheapest alcohol known to man.
Then he pulls out a wad of cash and asks if anyone wants a quick, easy way to make some money. Well, duh.
I love that pretty much every single one of them has some kind of weapon. Whether it's like a metal pipe or a grappling hook. What?
Yeah, the good part of town. All right, so back at the Daily Planet, we see a whole bunch of pieces of paper with Jimmy's name written all over them. Jimmy is singing.
For I'm a merry good fellow, for I'm a merry good fellow, for I'm a merry good fellow.
He's looking sneaky and he is definitely getting ready to rig the Secret Santa.
And a merry old Christmas to me.
Which makes me laugh so hard.
Oh, Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy. Next, we check back in with Perry, who looks like he's had one too many, except it's the space rat potion that we're talking about and not like alcohol. So he slumped across his desk, lazily clutching a phone in one hand, a snow globe in the other, with a space rat sitting nearby. He's on the phone with Alice, telling her he doesn't want some drippy, kissy face Christmas. He wants to go to Graceland. Click. Alice hangs up on him, and I don't blame her.
Rightfully so.
Yeah. I wonder why this marriage didn't work out. Weird. Clark walks out of the conference room with Jonathan and Martha, insisting he's fine now and that whatever was affecting him has worn off. Just then, he looks across the newsroom and sees Lois sitting at her desk playing cat's cradle with Angela like they're two little kids at recess. Clark tells his parents to go finish their Christmas shopping because this is now a job for Superman. Martha smiles and says she's just glad she didn't have to spank him after all. I'm a little sad because I would have loved to see that, but whatever.
You would have gotten hurt.
It would have been funny.
It would have been funny. Clark changes into Superman, but before he can deal with Lois, he's distracted by the sound of Perry's unmistakable laugh coming from his office. He peeks in to find Perry sprawled on his couch, cackling while hugging 3 space rats like they're his empty bottles of liquor. Superman swoops in, scoops up the rats, and Perry just laughs even harder.
Superman, you're not gonna take my rats away, are you? Uh-huh.
It's funny. His delivery is perfect. Meanwhile, Superman heads back out into the newsroom where Lois and Angela are still happily playing cat's cradle. He tries to reason with Lois, telling her that she needs to basically take a cold shower and pull herself together, but that gets him nowhere. So he has an idea. He asks, "Do you want the rats?" Matt gets her attention immediately. She jumps up and follows Superman.
Space rats! More space rats! Gimme! Gimme! Oh, I want them! Come on, give them, Superman, please!
Remember when the head fell off the thing? It got on her hands, and so like it's still she's still inhaling it. So
yeah,
poor Lois.
Poor Lois.
And then sharing the cat's cradle with Angela, and then Angela. Nope, Angela's fine.
It's weird how science.
I do remember that the first time I watched the episode. That's a memory, I guess. When he says that she needs to wash her hands, I was like, well, that's a really weird thing to say. Like, why? Why?
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, after a few viewings, I got it. It's because the head fell off, the goo is on her hands, wash them off, blah, blah, blah. But how does he know that?
Yeah. He's like Santa.
Can't really
he knows,
see it.
He knows all.
You have not found a plot hole in this episode. Okay. There is no way.
All right. It's fine.
Weird.
It's fine.
I'll fight
Moving
you.
on.
Don't pull the thread. Next, we're at Lois's apartment, where we get a close-up of her fish tank with what looks like about 5 little fish swimming around before Lois appears wearing a light pink bathrobe fresh out of the shower. Thankfully, she seems to be back to her normal self, although she seems a bit hungover. She looks a little dazed, and Clark shows up at her door holding an ice pack against the side of his head like he's nursing the world's worst headache.
Did he need to go buy one of those?
Yeah.
Just to throw it out?
It's a waste, Clark.
Isn't she gonna wonder why that's in her trash can later?
Yeah.
Like, he didn't want to keep this?
Yeah. Clark reaches into his suit jacket and pulls out a slip of paper and says, "I have a clue." And he says, "Harry Heckelbaum." Lois looks at him blankly, and Clark explains that Harry Heckelbaum is the one and only distributor of space rats, making him their best lead. Lois tells Clark to give her a minute while she goes to get dressed so they can check it out. Next, we head to Heckelbaum's toy warehouse, where the phones are ringing off the hook. Harry Heckelbaum is busy on the phones, shamelessly gouging customers, casually telling one caller that the price of space rats has just doubled. Merry Christmas, I guess. Spirit of shopping. We're back to the reason for the season.
Well, they were only $14.99. Did you see that?
Yeah, I would have
That's
bought
pretty
one.
cheap for a toy. Christmas toy, $14.99.
Yeah. So Lois and Clark walk in, and before we go any further, I have to talk about Lois's outfit because I am obsessed. She's wearing jeans, a black turtleneck, the cutest cream, or like maybe it was yellow, and black plaid peacoat, plus a black scarf and gloves, and it's such a great little 90s winter look, and she looks adorable.
I like all of her looks in this episode.
They're all very cute. Yeah. So Lois and Clark start explaining why they're there, and Harry immediately assumes they're reporters looking to do a story on him. Clark clarifies that they just want to know who manufactures the rats.
Ah, you should have said you were going to do the story. Then maybe I would have talked. Do you know how much money I'm making here? You think I'm going to tell you who makes these things? What am I, nuts? What am I, stupid? Hey, don't let the door hit you in the butt on the way out. Excuse me. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Did I say... Let it hit you in the butt. What do I care?
So while Harry is busy bragging, Lois spots an invoice on the desk. She quietly tells Clark that she'll create a distraction if he goes to grab it. So Lois picks up one of the space rats and immediately starts acting like a hyper little kid.
I want the space rat!
No, that's my one.
While Harry is distracted, Clark slips over, grabs the invoice, and then runs over to casually hoist Lois over his shoulder on their way out.
Sorry about that, Mr. Heckelbaum.
Once they're safely outside the warehouse, Lois reveals that she had been holding her breath the whole time and asks Clark if he got the invoice. Sure enough, it points to W.P. Schott. Now they finally have something to go on, so they decide to run a background check on Schott. As they're walking away, the conversation shifts gears a little. Lois casually asks Clark if he has any plans for Christmas. He tells her that he's flying back to Smallville that night to spend it with his parents. Lois admits that she's having a few people over for Christmas and thought maybe he'd like to come. For just a second, Clark seems tempted, and you can see him kind of hesitate. But before he can answer, Lois smiles and gently cuts him off, telling him that he should be with his family. No, he shouldn't.
Choose Lois. Choose Lois. You know, I noticed something in the store window behind them. The wedding tux is back.
Oh, no way. Yay. More foreshadowing. Even though they didn't know it at the time, I'm sure. So next we get a little musical montage of shops clearing off all the shelves of toys and replacing the cute little stuffed animals with the ugly little space rats. And guys, I have been waiting for this transition piece to mention since we started the podcast. Do you remember like 2 or 3 years ago, I sent you guys a video in our group chat. I was rewatching the series and this transition, it shows the streets of Metropolis, lights on the streets, cars driving, and drum roll, a Playboy skyscraper. Do you remember this?
Yes.
Now I remember that.
Everyone needs to go watch this transition scene and pause it. The first time I noticed this, I was floored. I was bamboozled, totally shocked to my core. It is so funny.
How did they not see that?
I know. It is still hilarious. Go look at it. It's hilarious. Okay, now we're on to step 3 with Mr. Schott and Miss Duffy. Back inside the toy warehouse, they watch the factory line churning out space rats, and it's become very clear that Miss Duffy is starting to have some serious doubts about this whole operation.
I'm not sure I can keep up with this any longer. You used to love children so much. You were so marvelous to them.
I'm still marvelous to them. I'm giving them not only what they want, but what they deserve. And it's only temporary. There's no lasting side effects.
But then he shifts tactics and starts playing directly to Miss Duffy's emotions. He tells her that he used to watch her leave the office every night, clearly trying to charm her and bring out her romantic side. And it works because it's pretty obvious that she has feelings for him. Then Schott goes all out with the manipulation. First, he surprises her with a brand new car. Then he adds a faux fur coat and finally presents her with a diamond necklace. He's keeping her emotionally invested, and I feel like he just knows what buttons to push. And unfortunately, she seems to want to believe the version of him that she remembers. Next, we see Lois and Clark leaving the Daily Planet, and Lois admits that she still doesn't feel quite like herself. She points out that the only person who seems to be immune to all of this space rat nonsense is Superman. The conversation shifts to Christmas, and Lois reveals that she still hasn't bought a tree. She says every year she wants to get a big, beautiful tree, but then she feels terrible for all the little sad-looking ones that nobody chooses. She starts telling Clark about her childhood, remembering how she found one of those tiny, scrawny trees and decorated with whatever she could find. And it's actually a really sweet glimpse into Lois's softer side. And she finally declares that this year is going to be different. She's going to get a great tree and have a great Christmas. So cut to Lois's apartment. The door opens and in walks Lois carrying the tiniest, most little Charlie Brown Christmas tree that I've ever seen.
It's cute.
I didn't even know they sell those.
I know. It's really cute. She admits that she couldn't just leave it sitting there all alone. She places the little tree in the window and then pulls out a beautiful red glass ornament to decorate it. But of course, the little tree can't handle the pressure. The ornament slips right off the flimsy branch and crashes to the floor.
I love how she keeps her ornaments in the drawer.
It's like it's not packed away in a box. It's just right there. Open the drawer. Oh, here's
her little cupboard right under. Like, who keeps their Christmas ornaments in their living room in a cupboard? But okay, you got to have it for convenience. I get it.
Yes, yes. Half the plot would be her like digging through her attic, looking, where's that Christmas box? I need to find the ornament. So next, the news is covering the space rats toy craze, and the newscaster tosses things over to the weatherman, except the weatherman is suddenly making demands of his own. He announces, I want more money, and I'm not going to tell you if it's going to snow unless I get blah, blah, blah. And then he launches into a list of demands. All this is happening in the background while Jimmy is quietly popping a Tylenol under the Secret Santa sign. Lois and Clark are hard at work figuring out the mystery behind the rats, and they discover that the goo inside of them contains mind-altering drug. Once it's boiled, though, it becomes completely harmless. And the camera pans away from Lois and Clark and follows Angela, I almost called her Denise, as she walks over to Jimmy with a gift. She proudly announces,
Jimmy Olsen, I'm your Secret Santa.
Jimmy's face melts, but then Perry walks over, holding a present and says, Jimmy, I'm your Secret Santa, boy. And then suddenly everyone in the Daily Planet has a gift for Jimmy because Jimmy made himself everyone's Secret Santa.
Hey, Jimmy. Here you go, Jimmy. Hey,
Secret Santa, Jimmy.
There you go, pal.
Happy holidays, Jimmy.
Nobody else seems to care. They all just give it and then walk away.
Yeah.
Here you go. Was it announced that right now everyone must give their Secret Santa gift?
It's very
the entire newsroom goes to
I mean,
Jimmy.
And didn't they just start the Secret Santa like did yesterday or the day before? Like, that's pretty fast turnaround.
Everyone had time to go shopping, wrap it, and then like I would be like, I am never doing this again if this is the way it goes.
Yeah, I know. Plan ahead, guys.
Yeah. So Angela immediately calls him out.
You rigged the Secret Santa, Mr. I'm in charge of it.
She tells him he's a jerk and then storms off. Perry tells Jimmy to let her go, but Jimmy changes the subject and asks if Perry has had any luck finding Alice. Perry admits that he still hasn't. He says that he can't remember much of what happened. Everything is kind of a haze. He knows it has something to do with the rats, but they don't have enough proof yet. Perry gets a little melancholy and says they'll just be lonesome tonight. And Jimmy's like, yeah. Luckily, Lois takes the opportunity to invite both of them over for Christmas Eve dinner.
Well, that sure beats the soup kitchen, huh?
Don't get your hopes too high, Chief.
Then the elevator dings, and the man from the orphanage steps out with Danielle. Clark doesn't know what else to call him, so he greets him with Santa. He introduces Clark to Danielle, one of the children from the orphanage, and Clark learns that she hasn't spoken in 3 years after something traumatic happened involving her parents. Lois tries to connect with her, offering to play Cat's Cradle. And meanwhile, Clark tells Santa that he contacted the toy store and they'll donate everything that they can. When it's time for them to leave, Santa tells Danielle that they need to go. Lois tells her to keep the string and the two walk away. Lois then watches them leave and wonders if Danielle will ever be able to talk again. Right then, Jimmy walks up with a report on Schott. They discover that Schott used to be a chemist. He worked for a toy company and was fired along with his secretary. Now the two of them are renting out a warehouse, which gives Lois and Clark their next lead. As they head out, Clark asks Jimmy to call his parents and let them know that he's going to try to catch a later flight.
Okay. Lois and Clark are leaving the Daily Planet, and outside it's cold and blustery, and Lois remarks, what a day for the car to be in the shop. She whistles for a taxi.
Taxi!
And one zooms in from the wrong direction. Against what I'm sure is their better judgment, they both get in the back seat, and then the driver peels out of there, and they're like, ah!
Ah, whoa!
We cut to the warehouse where Miss Duffy and Mr. Schott are toasting their success for about 5 seconds.
Yeah.
The TV is on, And they suddenly hear the newscaster saying that space routes are bad, basically. I mean, like, we see Mr. Heckelbaum being taken away by the police, and yeah, it's over. Well, Mr. Schott may have been anticipating this, like, it was inevitable that their little, as he says, our little enterprise has come to an end. He's moving quickly, and he demands Miss Duffy help him get the chemicals into the truck. He says,
Our little toy enterprise may be coming to an end, Miss Duffy. But the game isn't over. Metropolis still has lessons to learn, and we're still the teachers.
The driver of the taxi that Lois and Clark are in is driving very unsafely, and Lois finally says, "Stop the cab, we'll walk to the warehouse from here." As Lois and Clark safely escape the vehicle, the cabbie demands a fare of $200. Lois is like, "Nah, I'm giving you 20 and some advice. Lose that rat." And this is the scene where we do see inside of her little pocketbook wallet is a picture of Superman. Good continuity there.
Good callback to that old gangbang. I like that they had a little rat as the hood ornament on the taxi.
Yeah.
He had one like on a like, seatbelt shoulder strap.
Oh, I missed that one.
So he had two rats.
Mm-hmm. All right. As Lois is dealing with paying the cabbie, Clark looks across the way and sees a woman, who we know is Miss Duffy, passing out teddy bears to kids at the orphanage. Clark sees this and smiles. We cut to Schott, who has a truck, and is dumping his yellow goo into a reservoir. We hear him say,
If you're not going to breathe it, drink it! A holiday gift from me to the Metropolitan Water Supply! Merry Christmas, Metropolis!
It looks like egg yolk.
Yeah.
Doesn't it look like egg yolk?
It looks nasty.
Elle and C arrive at the warehouse, but the door is locked with a padlock. Clark immediately breaks it and is like, "Whoops, it must have been rusted through." And Lois buys this, and in they go. The place is empty of people, and the vats that should be holding the goo are also empty. Clark spots a note on a table, and they both read it, and it's from Miss Duffy to Mr. Schott, and it reads,
Dear Mr. Schott, I cannot go on participating in this. I have gone to give the last good thing you made for the world to some deserving children. Miss Duffy.
Good job, Miss Duffy.
So Clark looks around and sees some of the teddy bears, and he immediately connects that, oh yeah, the bears, the orphanage, Miss Duffy was just passing him. That must be where she is. And just then, Schott comes in, and he's cheerfully calling for Miss Duffy.
Miss Duffy, I have a surprise!
So do we. You're busted. Merry Christmas.
But to his credit, he's very worried about Miss Duffy.
What have you done with Miss Duffy?
Nothing.
If you've hurt her, I'll...
She left you.
She left me? Why, she'd never...
Clark tells him, I know where Miss Duffy is and that I'll take you to her, but tell us, what did you do with the chemicals? Well, we're not sure if Mr. Schott tells him or not, because we then cut back to the orphanage where Miss Duffy has run out of teddy bears and Danielle has missed out. The most deserving, wholesome child does not get a bear. This will call for desperate measures, I am sure. Lois, Clark, and Mr. Schott head toward the orphanage on foot, because apparently it's pretty near the warehouse. Which makes sense, because remember, Mr. Schott tested out the rat on the kids in the orphanage, so yeah, okay. So, as they're walking, Lois is holding one of the teddy bears, and Mr. Schott asks why she brought it along with her. And she's just like, I want to. It's fluffy and cute. They pass a group of random ladies who are fighting over a space rat, and Clark tries to break up the fight. But the ladies proceed to bonk Clark with their canes, and he pretends like it hurts.
Sure.
And Lois and Mr. Schott just keep walking. Lois is like, looks back at Clark getting bonked. She's like,
Yeah,
he's fine.
fine.
He'll be all right.
That'll teach him. Just then, Danielle spots the bear and makes a beeline toward Lois. But, oh no, she has to cross the street, and there's a horse-drawn carriage coming right now. Danielle sees the horses and freezes. It's chaos. I'm going to be a little facetious right here because there's a little goof here, but here I go. Clark sees this all happening and breaks away from the ladies. Mr. Schott runs toward Danielle, grabs her, and tries to protect her with his body. Clark again breaks away from the ladies.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep. Twice.
Goof.
Little glitch in the matrix there. And this time arrives as Superman just in time to sweep Mr. Schott and Danielle out of harm's way.
The ladies were persistent.
They went after him.
No, just kidding. They grabbed him again.
It could be. It's possible. That's what happened.
That's it. Okay, so he scooped them out of harm's way, and they fly down and land. And the Santa guy runs over to see if Danielle's okay and wonders why she ran out in the street. And Mr. Schott's like, oh, well, because there's a space rat and she must have wanted it. But no, Danielle reaches for the teddy bear.
Aww.
Everyone's like,
Aww.
I know, right? Dwa. Everyone's like, look, Mr. Schott, your teddy bear is good, and so is humanity, don't you see? And Mr. Schott's heart grows 3 sizes.
Aww.
And then it gets even more aw. Are you ready for this? Danielle squeezes the teddy bear.
Merry Christmas. I love you. Mama, Merry Christmas to you, Mr. Bear.
Aww.
And everybody's like, I can't believe it. She's never spoken. I cannot. It's a
miracle. It's very predictable.
So good.
It's fine.
So good.
It's
Cheers,
fine.
everyone.
Props to Lois here because the last few episodes she's been really good about this, asking, where's Clark? And she looks around. And Superman makes some weird comment about Clark was taking it really hard from those old ladies. I don't know what that means. Is he suggesting they beat him up and he had to go to the hospital? Or is he over in the corner crying over it? Like, what does that mean? Took it really hard from those old ladies. Anyway, it's a terrible excuse, but apparently she's like, okay, sure. Superman tells Mr. Schott that he did a brave thing trying to save Danielle, considering he doesn't like children. Miss Duffy is now next to them, and she assures Superman that Mr. Schott loves kids, but that he was so sad when they didn't like his toys. But Danielle likes the bear, so vindication, everything's fine. If only he'd had Danielle last year to tell him his bear was cool. Never would have done all this.
Never would have had the problem.
All right, so Superman then asks Mr. Schott what he did with the chemicals, and I guess Mr. Schott tells him because we see Superman then flying toward the reservoir where he uses his heat vision to boil the water. So now everyone in Metropolis is going to be like, vitamin C is surplus all of a sudden, but low sodium. There you go.
Are there no fishies in this water?
That's what I was going to say.
No. Well, reservoirs usually no.
Okay. No animals were harmed in the making of this episode.
I'm just thinking of our reservoir here. It does not have fish. But there's probably some that do. I don't know.
Everything is dead in that water.
Next, it's Christmas Eve, the night of Christmas Eve, which apparently it's been almost Christmas Eve this entire episode. But you know what? That's how Christmas specials work. There's always some weird time loopity loop. That's fine.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's the real Christmas Eve now, and ho, 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 here comes Perry, Jimmy, and Lois.
Merry
Perry is dressed like kind of an Elvis Santa Claus, and I guess that's a special red Santa suit that he was talking about earlier. I hope. And they're in a sleigh, and it's being flown by Superman. Fudge the 8 reindeer. We don't need you. We got this. This guy. He can do it all by himself. That's fine. What do you guys think of this?
It's so cheesy, but I love it.
It's cheesy, but come on. It's fun. No, you don't like it?
I don't mind them in the sleigh, but there's just something about the way he's pulling it. he looks so goofy. I
Yeah.
don't know.
It just matches the rest of the episode, though.
Yes, absolutely. If they're gonna put it anywhere, it's got to be in this one. But
Yeah.
this scene I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm embarrassed for everyone. But that'd be fun to ride in the sleigh.
Yeah.
Just don't fall out. Because what would he do?
Well, super breath. There you
Oh,
go.
yeah. Suck you up.
Okay. Superman lands in front of the orphanage where the cops are just now arresting Mr. Schott and Miss Duffy. It's the South Side cops again, I tell you. So Superman asks the cops if they can hang on a minute so that Schott and Duffy can at least help pass out toys to the orphans. And the cops look like they've got a dose of red kryptonite because they could not care less. And off they go. So they're passing out the toys, and Lois and Superman have a little talk.
I told myself I was gonna have a real Christmas. One I'd find for myself.
And?
And I have.
And then she says, "Merry Christmas, Superman," and gives him a little kiss on the cheek, which, okay. This is the second little kiss, but we're not going full, making out like last season, which is good.
Yeah.
Sure.
Keep your distance.
Yeah, my script just said that she kissed him. It didn't say on the cheek. It wasn't specific.
Oh.
So, not sure if it changed or if that was just
No, she couldn't do
a choice.
They would have been like, no, then the children will say ew to that. We have to wait for Mr. Hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on, here it
Sure.
comes.
Would it make the last scene with Lois and Clark less exciting if she had just kissed Superman? I feel like that would have cheapened it.
Yeah, because we're like, we've taken a step back.
It would have been wrong. For sure been the wrong choice.
Oy.
Yeah.
Boy.
Oy vey.
So then Perry, he has a cell phone with him, and he has found Alice. She's in a hotel. He needs to get to her right away, so Superman volunteers to fly him there in the sleigh, make a grand entrance. Well, now Perry can't come to Lois's Christmas dinner.
Sorry, I'm gonna miss your dinner.
So am I.
I understand. Big holiday for you. No holidays for you.
Okay, Superman, giddy up!
Jimmy's still coming, though. Wait, never mind. Here's Angela. Lois has been playing Cupid, and she explained everything to Angela about Jimmy's space rat poisoned brain. But my question is, why can't Jimmy and Angela both come over to Lois's? Because, on Christmas Eve, a lot of things are closed. I don't want to actually ask what these two are going to do together, but whatever they are going to do together, they're going to be hungry while doing it. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Right. She's basically, she did uninvite every single person that she invited. What are you doing, Lois?
I don't know.
Make it make sense.
But we're glad Jimmy and Angela didn't come because it gets better. But hang on first. Okay, so next we have a little wrap up with Mr. Schott and Miss Duffy. Miss Duffy hangs some mistletoe on a little tree branch, and she sprays some breath spray. And then she taps on Mr. Schott, turns him around, and says,
My name is Margaret, and what I want this Christmas is you.
And then she gives him a big kiss on the mouth, and all the little orphans say, All right, then we cut to Lois's apartment where there's some lovely music playing, and her living room, dining room area is beautifully decorated, and there's a table full of food laid out, and she's got on a black dress.
It is purple.
And has done her hair in curls. That's what I wrote. I'm just saying. She's looking proudly at the table and her decorations, but whoa, she is all alone. Then she hears a whoosh and sees the curtains moving and the candles blow out. Could it be Superman? But no one is at the window. But then she hears a knock on the door and she goes to answer it. not really expecting it to be anybody that she maybe knows. Maybe it's a neighbor saying hi, whatever. But no.
Clark! You came!
She's so happy to see him. She gives him a big hug, and he's holding a little gift. And she invites him in, but she asks,
Why aren't you in Smallville with your folks?
Oh, my plane got snowed in.
It did?
and she goes to the window and is like, it is not snowing. But then she realizes he just said that so that he could stay. I think this is one of his first excuses that she actually knows is a lie and actually likes. So
yeah,
that's fun because it's adorable.
Was this him kind of flirting, or like making it clear that he chose her?
Yeah.
Or
Maybe
was he just
little.
being a good friend?
I think even
both.
friends can use that kind of language with each other.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it could have been taken either way. Like, she could have been like, oh, well, he did this for me. Maybe he has feelings, but also like he did this for me because he's my best friend and he didn't want me to be alone on Christmas Eve.
He's like, yeah, don't worry. After this, I'm just going to zoom over to my parents. She's like, wait, what? No. I mean, on the phone. Oh, okay. We can't use that one again. Okay, so it is not snowing, and Clark hands Lois the little present that he has, and he tells her to open it, and she does. And it's this beautiful little sort of glittery white silver 8-pointed star. And she is very impressed. And he says, well, actually, Superman and I collaborated on this. I told him about your story about little Charlie Brown Christmas tree when you were a kid. And he and I agreed that this would be the perfect thing. And there's this part where she asks, well, where'd he get it? Because, I mean, I guess it's some fairy, like it's beyond an ornament she's ever seen before. And Clark just points up and yeah. Okay. For years and years and years, I thought what was happening here was that Clark was being like, it's a real star from up there, and that Lois believed that. And I was like, you have got to be kidding me. But then listening to the Lois and Clark podcast, I think it was Matt or someone on that episode was like saying that it was some sort of maybe like space dust. Yeah.
It's moon dust compressed like a diamond.
That's way less cheesy to think. So she doesn't think it's an actual star. Because, stars are huge.
Because come on. So it's from space that he molded into a star.
Yes, that is so much better. Oh my gosh.
It's not a star. Come on.
Yeah.
I think we're supposed to believe it is a star. I mean, I think it's supposed to be that cheesy it's supposed to be. But in my brain, no, it's not. Come on.
Yeah.
It could not be.
Same page. I always thought that they were trying to lead us to believe that he had gone up and grabbed a
star,
a giant star out of the sky. I know, like you're 5 years old and a star is just a twinkling little Christmas ornament that hangs up in the sky instead of a sun in its own universe. But okay, cool.
Because after I got to the point where I realized it couldn't have been a star, then in my mind that only left that he was just flat out lying to her and had gotten it at Walmart and was like pointing up I'm like, that's mean. Don't do that. So thank you, Lois and Clark podcast.
Why did he have to give some credit to Superman at all? Like, couldn't it have just been from him?
And he didn't need to say where he got it from.
Right.
Yeah.
I think this is the biggest problem that I have with this entire episode is this part right here.
This is
one step too far. I love everything else but the star.
You'll be glad in a little bit, I can tell you. Well, I guess I can say it now. Yeah, so in the script that I have, he doesn't give her anything. No gifts. No star. Nada. So it was added in by somebody. And I'm glad he brought something. You don't just show up at Christmas dinner. Don't bring us something. Bottle of wine. Anything.
Where's Where's the food?
And they didn't
starving.
exchange Christmas gifts. Well, maybe they did. Maybe they already exchanged regular gifts, and this was a bonus. I don't always send y'all Christmas presents, but sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they work together. They see each other all the time. There's no postage involved. I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyway, Lois takes the star and puts it on the top of her tree, which she has decorated, and it's very cute.
I love it. Oh.
And then they grab each other's hands. Mm-hmm.
She grabs his.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And you can see his hand preps for it. I've dissected the scene one too many times, but you see his hand, it's like up somewhere, and then it kind of goes down just in time, and her hand goes and slips into his, and
he was into, maybe he was sensing it, hoping it for it. I don't know.
Yeah.
And they're all like doing the hand holding, and they're kind of staring at each other lovingly, kind of. And then some carolers start singing. They both kind of break out of their reverie.
Carolers.
And they walk over to the window, and they can see some carolers singing below. And once again, I mean, like you're saying, why did they have to bring Superman into it?
I wonder where Superman spends his Christmas. You must still be pulling Perry around in that sleigh.
No.
Why are you thinking about Superman when you're here with Clark?
But can he blame her? He just mentioned him himself. So, okay, we're fine.
Yes.
And then the snow really does begin to fall, and the music is just wafting, and then she puts her head on his shoulder, and we fade out, and they're going to get married now. So, yeah.
Yes. So cute. All of the magical feelings.
And apparently Santa is real.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you hear the
And his voice is Dick Van Patten. So, is he the real Santa? Was this one of those situations where he came to Metropolis on a mission to help the orphans? Okay. They go back to Coates Orphanage, like, hey, what about that guy? What? Who? We don't know who you're talking about. I think so. So funny. Well, was there anything else you'd like to talk about? New things you noticed or extra questions you might have about some of the many facets of this episode?
So in the initial scene in Lois's apartment, where the camera pans through her apartment and you see the little ice skating rink, I was so excited because I have that exact ice skating rink. In fact, my parents last year pulled it out and they're like, I think we're going to get rid of this. And I'm like, no, excuse me. That is not to be gotten rid of. But I think about it every single time. And if you watch Terry's Instagram, she has this whole like Christmas setup that she does every year on her piano.
Yeah, she does the Christmas Village.
Yes. And I think that is part of the village. I wonder if that was hers that they used in the shot or if she took it. I don't know.
She does have the same one for sure, because I always look forward to her little Christmas Village.
Me too. I love watching her build it.
That would take so much time. So much time to put all that together. But it's always amazing.
Yeah. But yeah, this year I might have to like actually take the ice skating rink from my parents and put it in my house.
You could not let them throw that out.
No.
Did you explain why?
No, I did not. They would be like, you're weird. Well, they already know I'm weird, but I'm just shocked that more people don't love this episode. Like, why is it controversial?
Because it's goofy. It's so goofy.
It's goofy, but it's good. Was I just their target audience?
I'm sorry. You're wrong. You're wrong if you don't like this epised. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you're wrong. You're gonna say I'm wrong about it being goofy. You're like, no, it's very serious. Okay.
It's completely serious.
What's serious?
Yeah. I just don't understand it when people are voting for their favorite Christmas episode and this is not it. I'm sorry. What? What?
It is my favorite of the 3 Christmas episodes, but I can see in terms of tone, it's very much a departure. It's its own thing. But see, that's how Christmas episodes on TV shows often went. They would be like, this time we're doing, Scrooge and this, or this time we're doing like, do you believe in Santa? I don't believe in Santa, and oh, he's real. Or in fact, a lot of times when shows would air in syndication, I'm talking Full House, I'm talking Family Matters, all those, they would actually skip the Christmas episodes sometimes in the run and save those for December because they oftentimes didn't really have like a huge impact on the plots and were kind of outliers. I don't know. So in that, I mean, it's different. I can see why some people are like, it's not what I'm used to, but it's also so funny.
Yeah. It's so magical. It has the Christmas spirit in it, and I'm obsessed. And everyone else is wrong.
I don't know how you can't just smile during this whole episode, or at least most of the episode, just because it's silly. It's a silly, happy, good time.
I want to know what our listeners think. How old were you, and what is your thoughts on this episode compared to other Christmas episodes? Because like this was pretty much, I feel like, targeted to us as 15-year-old kids, 15 or younger, maybe. I don't know, but maybe the older people didn't like it.
In terms of tone, it's very much a departure. If I was gonna have somebody watch an episode who's never watched Lois and Clark, I would not show them this one unless it was like a 6-year-old kid. I think my nieces, this would be an episode I'd show them first. An adult, no.
For sure.
Let's get into our special features, and I think this is something Julie wants to talk about because today, for Clark forgot to lock his closet because Lois has been getting in there and took one of his ties. She's wearing one of his neckties in this episode. How did she get it? Is it a coincidence? Is it really his? Or do they just both have the same one? I like to think she borrowed his.
Yes,
she borrowed it.
Jen, were there any furry, feathery, scaly, or clip-cloppity creatures in this episode?
Why, yes, there were. We have a 5-ish fish that got a very nice little cameo in this episode, and a horse pulling a carriage that goes rogue and almost kills a child, which is not good. It's bad.
There were also rats.
Space rats.
A teddy bear. A dead turkey.
Yes, and a dead turkey.
No. We have to mention anytime they eat meat, we have to be like, this was a cow.
This used to be a chicken.
This was a chicken.
Yes.
Clark held up the drumstick. You didn't mention that one in I've Got a Crush on You. So I mean, I'm just calling.
I like to stick with the ones that are living and breathing and, maybe require a handler on set. I don't know, but
I get it.
But technically, turkey. Okay. Thanks, Julie.
Talking bears.
Merry Christmas. I love you.
Julie. Were there any goofs and or bloopers in this episode? Tell us.
So, Clark burns the heel off of Lois's shoe, and when she falls over, the shoe is fine. When she is fighting for the rat with Dean's mama, the head is already off the rat. You can see it's just there, and she's holding it because it's just kind of bobbling around and everything. And then she kind of pulls it off. There are icicles on the Daily Planet globe, and in a couple scenes, you can kind of see them fluttering. So they're a little bit flimsy.
They're a little papery.
Paper. Yeah.
But a nice effect.
It looked good, though. I liked it.
Yeah.
Just don't look too closely.
Yeah. Darn.
And then you can see the harness clips on Superman's briefs when he is floating in the park.
Never noticed that before.
They did not remove them. Maybe I shouldn't look there, but
Julie's looking everywhere.
I noticed briefs.
She's looking at the briefs.
Just saying. But that's all I have other than the ones that we already talked about.
Clark getting away from the old ladies twice.
Yep.
Okay, Jen, what's your choice for like your favorite and or the most bonkers excuse Clark uses in this episode?
Okay, well, got some choices. The spirit of shopping when he tries to save Danielle, or the warehouse lock where he said it must have rusted through, or taking a beating from those old ladies.
Plane got snowed in.
Oh, the plane got snowed in. That one's really sweet, but she knows that that's why. I don't know. That one's cute. But I think the little old ladies, especially since he had to get away from them twice.
I like the rusted through one because I think it's just an ongoing thing he does. I always like it when he does it. And he always does it slightly differently each time and has a different excuse each time.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm here to talk about some real life things from this episode. So my first question for you guys is, well, there were a lot of songs, Christmas songs here. How many different ones do you think we heard? Not counting the ones we heard twice. How many different Christmas
Jingle
songs?
bells.
You don't have to name all the songs, just like a number.
Wish you a Merry Christmas.
I'm going to say 8.
Okay. Oh, I don't know. 6, 7.
6, 7. Sorry.
6, 7.
6, 7.
All right. I counted 9.
Oh.
We heard Jingle Bells.
Okay.
We Wish You a Merry Christmas. I feel like we heard that one twice, both a vocal and a instrumental.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, Come All Ye Faithful, instrumental. Deck the Halls, Silent Night, Away in a Manger. Oh, Christmas Tree. We heard Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, sung by the Pretenders. And last but not least, the carolers are singing It Came Upon a Midnight Clear.
Aw, those are great.
I mean,
I love Christmas.
Yeah.
I love all of those.
They're so good.
Yeah.
We need to make a compilation CD.
Yeah, we do.
A mixtape. A
mixtape of Lois and Clark Christmas songs.
So Perry was dancing to The Twist, which Jen mentioned. It was a song first released in 1958 by Hank Ballard and the Midnighters, and covered by Chubby Checker 2 years later. Jimmy makes up his own lyrics to For He's a Jolly Good Fellow, a song that goes back a few centuries. Perry name drops the 1960 Elvis Presley song, Are You Lonesome Tonight? Besides that, we get another mention of Elvis and Elvis's home, Graceland. Lois mentions Frosty the Snowman and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which are both characters in 20th century holiday songs. Perry says he's been down 7 miles of bad road, which is a take on an idiom going back to the 20s. Your mileage, may vary, but 7 miles specifically points to a 1963 episode of Bob Hope Presents Chrysler Theater. So deep cut there, Perry, I guess. Let's see what else we got. Lois and Angela are playing the string game known as Cat's Cradle in English. This game goes back centuries, and there are versions of it throughout many cultures. Clark surmises that Mr. Schott got a Dear John letter, referring to a breakup letter that became common during World War II. And I remember there was a TV show called Dear John where the whole premise was that he'd been left.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lois's tiny Christmas tree is probably a sly nod to the tree in A Charlie Brown Christmas, a TV special from 1965. And of course, the Coates Orphanage is named for Phyllis Coates, who played Ellen Lane in House of Luther and was one of the original Lois Lanes. And that is that.
Hey.
So today we have kind of a collaboration here because usually Julie's the one who does our script changes, but I happen to own I believe, earlier version of this script. So we're going to both talk about that today. Julie, what is the date on yours?
Oh, I know yours is going to be way earlier because I have the date of November 1st.
Okay. Not too much earlier. October 24th, 1994. Okay. And the cover page says Season's Greetings, but once you open it up, the pages all say Christmas Greetings, like I said, the OG title. But the Coates Orphanage was originally called the Bell Orphanage, and Winslow P. Schott was called W. Percival Schott. Maybe they weren't sure if they could get his full name from the comics, because he's one of the toy men in the comics going by Winslow Schott. I don't know. In the toy store scene, I kind of alluded to this earlier. In the toy store scene, you remember Lois and Jimmy want to get in and take pictures of the space rats. Okay. Originally, it was that all the customers were going to kind of rush in, but they're not going to knock down the shop owner. And like I said, it's Clark, not Superman. So like in this version, the clerk, the shop owner doesn't be like, hey, we're not open. He just is like, here we go, open the door, everybody in. He walks out, and then Clark walks up to him and says, hey, we need presents for the orphans. And the guy's like, yeah, sure. So Clark gets the donations.
All right.
I'm just saying. But there is a lot more childish kind of back and forth between Lois, Clark, and Jimmy in the script. So in this version, Clark wads up a piece of paper and uses his super breath to aim it at Lois's head. This is when they're at the Daily Planet under the influence. When Lois tries to figure out who hit her in the head, Clark points to Jimmy, so Lois takes revenge on Jimmy by pouring a cup of water on him.
Funny. Aww.
And then Jimmy's obviously like, what the hell? There's no chair races and no hopscotch.
Oh, I'm so glad that they added that.
Ugh. So then when Martha and Jonathan arrive at the Daily Planet, you know how they're holding presents and stuff. In this script, Lois basically just gets into one of their bags and like paws through it, asking if anything's for her. She doesn't go through their presents. It's just a little different, not that much. But
yeah.
When Martha and Jonathan go into Perry's office, instead of him dancing the twist, he's just clutching his Elvis records and is like, I love these records. Nobody else can listen to them except for me. That's it. Which I'm sorry. I hate that. I'm glad they changed it.
Yeah, that's not as good.
Clark still burns off the heel of Lois's shoe or whatever he does to her and gets in trouble with his mom. But in the script, it's Clark who lures Lois to go wash her hands and go home.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that. That would have been fine.
Now, here comes the thing I was talking about earlier when we were talking about step 2. We're going to find out what step 2 was meant to be and why. I don't know why it was cut. Maybe because it's terrible, but here it is. So in the actual episode, Mr. Schott hires these longshoremen, and we're not really sure what their purpose is. It looks like in that montage, they're restocking the shelves and hanging up signs. Delivering rats to the stores? Unclear. But in the script, it's made obvious that they were hired to rob all the local toy stores of everything that isn't a space rat, which would effectively mean that the only toy people can buy is the rats.
Okay.
So they're throwing rocks through Farmingdale's windows and they're clearing out the inventory. And that was what they were hired to do.
Huh.
Yeah. So then the next day, there's all this talk about how Metropolis's toy stores were all hit last night. And when Santa and Danielle come to the office, Clark has to break the news that all the stores have been robbed and you might not be getting those donations, which I hate because Superman, you could fly to Chicago or New York and get bread. Like, what the heck? Come on. There's no excuse for that.
Yeah.
There's this weird thing where it's like Danielle is looking at him and the script kind of is like, she has this look in her eye like she knows who he is. And when she finds out all the toys are stolen, she's like very disappointed in him. I'm like looking, and Clark's like, I'll fix this. I can't disappoint the child.
Oh no.
She'll never tell anyone though, even if she does figure it out.
I mean, this makes way more sense because I did kind of wonder why those longshoremen were in there like knocking everything off of the shelves. I'm like, why would the stores allow them to be in there stocking the rats? It makes more sense.
Yeah.
That they did it like after hours or whatever.
Yeah, it's not, there's in the script there's like a news report about the robberies and we don't get any of that. The only allusion or the only mention is when Harry Hucklebaum's on the phone with whoever, and he's like, all toys stolen. Well, my price just doubled, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know if that was related. Okay. So around this point in the episode, for reals, we get the scene with Lois talking about her childhood Christmas tree and how it was a sad Christmas. Her parents had just split up, blah, blah, blah. It's not in the script at all. That scene is not there. They do not go buy a tree. They do not go back to Lois's and hang the ornament, nothing. The only thing we get is towards the end at the Coates orphanage, Lois brings up that little tree to Superman. She's like, oh yeah, when I was a kid, blah, blah. And she says it to Superman. And then that's it. And then he doesn't get her that ornament. And I don't like it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so then you know the day that they go to the warehouse looking for Mr. Schott, there's a little bit of a difference here. In the real episode, they see Mr. Schott first and they lead him to Miss Duffy. But in the script, they actually see Miss Duffy first. And I don't remember exactly how they get all back together. But there's no mean old ladies in this version. And so when Lois asks where Clark is, Superman's like, I think he's joining the police down at the reservoir. Just something really ridiculous. I don't know if this was in Julie's script. This is the part where Mr. Schott and Miss Duffy kiss. In the episode, she's like, all I want for Christmas is you. And mine, it says, my name is Margaret, and what I want this Christmas is a hot, wet one.
Yep.
Ew, indeed.
And then the description says, and she launches herself at him in the biggest, longest kiss in the history of 8 o'clock Sunday night TV.
Yes.
Wow.
That too.
Okay.
I'm like, okay then.
Okay, so this is right after Lois calls Lucy to tell her she's not invited. That part's pretty much the same. But then we have Lois singing in a cartoon voice. I'm not going to try to sing, but here's what she sings. We're the Rat Patrol, and we like Lois best because she has all of us. Clark has 0. And Clark says, I don't even want your dumb rats. I'm going to get about a zillion of my own. And Lois is like, "Okay, sure you are, uh-huh." And then she turns her back, and he's like, "Grrr."
Oh, that's
again,
cute.
I like what we got.
Yeah.
So the end of the episode, Lois is all alone. Clark shows up. He tells her the plane got snowed in. He does not have a gift for her. No star ornament. But they still give each other looks, and the carolers, and this and this. But I don't. And because it's a script, that might be part of it. But it is just. The way it's written is so unromantic and blah.
Oh.
And because it's a script, you're not going to see what ends up on screen, so you can't blame the writing. But if I just read that, I'd be like, no. Thank goodness for what we got. I'm saying.
I'm glad we got what we did. Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
What else do you
It's
have,
better.
Julie? That might be different.
I also have where Superman takes Perry's rats. Perry is not just hugging them and laughing on the couch. He is playing 50s music, blowing bubbles, and making the rats dance.
Ooh.
Oh, that's cute.
So they were trying to improve it, and they weren't quite there yet. That's cool.
Yeah. And then also, this is not in my script, but it was on the commentary, that Dean wanted a scene with Clark in Smallville at the very end, right before he goes to Lois's. Is this in your script at all?
No, nope.
No?
I looked for it when I first got it. That was like the first thing I looked for.
I don't know if it was ever actually in a script or if it was something that he wanted to add, and basically McNamara said, no, we're not doing that. But he wanted a scene in Smallville with his family saying grace, saying like, no matter what your faith is, it's about being with the ones you love, etc. But didn't happen.
Darn.
I like that he just went to Lois's.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember that he said that after they say grace and he hears that, he's like, oh, I need to actually go be with Lois because I love her. And then that made him fly. I'm like, no, he can.
Like, he knew all along he was not going. He's not going to leave Lois alone. And that's a better ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Woo.
Well, it is time for us to rate the episode on a scale from A plus to F minus. And today we start with Julie.
Go, Julie.
Oh, no. I love this episode. It is such a fun, crazy, silly episode. It's enjoyable to watch. It puts a smile on my face. I watch it every single Christmas. It is a tradition in this house. For those reasons. I'm scared.
This is going to be your A plus?
Don't hate me. I am giving it an A plus.
Oh,
why would I hate you for that?
I'm standing by it. I love this episode. This one is just good fun.
Yes. Not everything.
What about you, Jen?
Okay, well, I freaking love this episode. It might be the nostalgia that comes along with it and the memories of the Christmas magic that year because it was intense. I was still a kid and this was such a huge episode for me to watch. And I do love the Christmas decorations, the wardrobe, the Christmas music, the warm and fuzzy wafts that it was all part of it. And there's that romantic scene at the very end with Lois and Clark in her apartment. And they have come so far in the last year and a half. I think that the toy craze was also a big thing back then. So that was kind of like palpable. But bottom line is I love this episode. It might be controversial, but I this is the hill I will die on. I gave it an A. I could give it an A plus. Like if I had to choose between an A and an A plus, I think I'm closer to an A. But it is so good. It is one of my favorites. I'm close, Julie. I'm so close to A plus, but I'm A.
I was scared to say A plus, but I am sticking by it. I watch this every year and I love it.
Yeah. Okay, Molly. It's on you now. Let's see.
So for me, Season's Greetings is a fun ride. In some ways, like I mentioned earlier, it's kind of an outlier. It doesn't really match the tone of most episodes, but once again, I give it a pass because it's a Christmas episode, and that's how these things usually go. Some of the side plots don't do much for me on repeat watchings. I do kind of roll my eyes at a few parts, like Superman, like I mentioned, Superman blowing the snowballs at the kids and Perry's dancing, doing his booty shake. Although, like I said, I love Martha and Jonathan's reaction to it. There's just a few moments where I'm like, but I love the end with them leaning on each other and the snow falling and the carolers. So it's not perfect, but it's sweet and it's funny. And I don't really watch this one year round like Julie May. It's more of like I like to watch it at Christmas time. So for me, this one is a B plus.
Okay.
All right.
I lean toward I was leaning toward A minus, but that would mean I have to put it above the pilot, above some of these other ones. And I was like, no, it's really just about even with some of these other ones. I've given B pluses too. So
that's fair. That's totally fair. And
okay, at Christmas time it gets an A. At Christmas time, December, all December it gets an A. The rest of the year, B plus.
That works. That totally works.
But for serious, like when I watched it last year, right before our Christmas episode, I was like totally into it. But I'm just watching it this time. It just didn't give me the same feels. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ask me again in 5 months. Maybe I'll change my mind.
Yeah.
Well, don't go anywhere because today, in honor of the atomic space rat holiday sensation of 1994 Metropolis, we are going to be talking about some holiday toy fads and some of the popular toys from our childhoods. I wasn't quite a child, but I sort of was. When I was 18, there was a big toy that year, and I had just come into some income. I finally had a regular job and a checkbook and access to eBay, and all these things are not good. And the name of that toy was Furby.
Oh, geez.
The robotic, fluffy little device that was supposed to sell for about $30 in the store, but became a hot commodity like the rats. And when on eBay, somebody may have paid a lot more than $30 for hers, but I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to play with. for a while. Now it's in a box somewhere. Do y'all have a Furby?
I did have a Furby.
Yeah, I bought one.
What color was yours?
Mine was gray and white.
Mine was green.
Oh, mine was snowy white, all white.
Oh, pretty.
I'm sure I bought it when it was at its highest price ever. And then, obviously they did not remain at that. And I felt really silly, but, and they have come back in waves over the years. And my nieces got some a few years ago and they do even more stuff. They like light up now. And it's
weird.
It's pretty interesting. And I actually got out mine and it wouldn't work. It wouldn't turn on. And I changed the batteries. It wouldn't turn on. So I went online to find out, like, what can you do about this? And there was like, oh yeah, you can do a factory reset, but you have to take off all the fur. I'll send you guys a picture. You have to strip off the fur like you're skinning an animal and push some buttons and then put the fur back on. I got it to work though.
Oh, good job.
You like skinned it?
That's what you have to do.
Molly skinned the Furby.
No.
Oh,
so that's my big one.
Interesting.
Nice.
The toy fads that I was into, I mean, I was still at this time really into the Game Boy. Game Boy Color came out, but I had a Game Boy and I wasn't allowed to get the Game Boy Color because it's the same thing. You don't need it. But what I did get, the game Genie, which had like all the cheat codes and all of the stuff. So I was all excited about the game Genie.
Tell our listeners about the game Genie.
The game Genie, like clipped into your Game Boy. I still have it. I should have brought it up here so you could see it. It has a little book and you'd like flip to the game that you're playing, have like these codes that you'd put in that would give you like unlimited lives or like all these special powers. So if you were stuck, you could be like, woohoo, I'm fine with cheating. That and board games. I want to bring up a board game that I liked at this time. Mall Madness.
Mall Madness.
Oh, yeah.
There is a sale.
There's a sale in the jewelry department. It was great. And you had a little budget that you had to stay within. I think you had like a little fake credit card that you would swipe, right?
I remember that.
Yeah, that game was fun.
I thought you were going to mention electronic dream phone because that's another one that was like a big deal.
The dream phone was big, but I forgot that. I got to play it at friend's house, but we didn't have the dream phone.
Neither did I.
But I was like Googling a bunch of games, like 90s games and weird random stuff and getting so many like flashback memories. And this was a really, really random one. I don't know that this is a toy. It's more of like an art supply. But it was called the Squiggle Wiggle Writer. Does anybody remember this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Where it would jiggle, it would wiggle.
Yeah, it was the big fat pen and you had like a couple different color inserts that you could put into it and it would like vibrate and you'd be like trying to write with it. The little Squiggle Wiggle Writer.
Funny, I remember that. I think I had one. So, okay, I listed out a few. Furby was on my list. Do you guys also remember Tickle Me Elmo?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
A couple years after this episode, right?
Yes, that I was too old. I didn't really care, but because it was all the rage, it's marketing. I don't know why I ended up getting one. Freaking creepy. But I did get a Tickle Me Elmo. Do you also remember Tamagotchi, or was it called a Gigapet or whatever? Where you would take care of these little I had one of those and I was very excited because you'd care for it and try to keep it alive. Also, Beanie Babies. Those we thought they'd be like valuable investments, but they're not. I collected just the dogs. I didn't care about anything else. I had a whole bunch of the dogs. I think over the years I've gotten rid of them. I might still have a golden retriever somewhere in a box, but yeah. Other than that,
me too.
Koosh balls. Do you remember Koosh balls were big in the 90s? So, and troll dolls, but
troll dolls, like those two seem to go hand in hand. I don't know why.
Yeah,
Balls and troll dolls.
Yes.
I wanted to bring up what in the Lois and Clark universe, the big toys of 1994 were the Space Rats, of course. But in real life, one of the big things that year was the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I remember this because I was in journalism class and we were assigned to write about like what was hot and popular. Well, of course, I would never make a phone call, but my partner was luckily brave enough. She called some toy stores, and the information that they gave us was that, everyone wants these Mighty Morphin Power Ranger figures. And I'm like, okay, what is that? Because we're all too old for this show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never got into that. But yeah, it had just debuted back in 93, same year as LNC.
Wow. That was a big show.
Why aren't there LNC toys is what I would like to know.
If there were, I would have them all. Somebody please make some.
Okay, before we go, I would like to give a big shout out to the Advent Calendar House podcast, which is a podcast that covers all kinds of Christmas specials, TV episodes surrounding Christmas or other holidays, Easter, Valentine's, all that. It's been going on for many, many years. It drops episodes in December, every other day in December, and every other day in July. And I was a guest on 3 episodes, so if you ever want to go back and listen to those, it's great. I want to give them a big shout out because they were so nice. Mike, advertised our pod on his, and so just giving that back. Go and listen to that Advent Calendar House.
Nice.
Okay, if you're following along with the show with us, our next episode will be season 2, episode 10, Metallo. Jen's face right now.
Surprise. It's Lois Lane's sister Lucy.
He's awfully cute. If you ask me, you ought to get over this whole Superman thing and chase that bus.
But her boyfriend is trouble. What am I? Robot.
Cyborg! Like the $6 million man!
Will this kryptonite-powered boy toy?
There's only room for one Superman in this town.
Bring down the Man of Steel?
What a wuss!
I thought for a while there that I might never see you again.
Lois and Clark, 2 weeks from tonight here on ABC.
And until next time, remember, all the food that I'm going to buy is mine and I'm not sharing. How rude. Bye, guys.
All right, see you guys.
Merry Christmas! Ho, ho, ho!
Through the static in his tights so bright, we're speeding back in time tonight, typing away with the sound of gears. Retro feels, let's rewind the years.
You can find us on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and Facebook as Folks Forever. That's FOLCS FOREVER. Or you can visit our website at folksforeverpod.wixsite.com/podcast.
Along with the snowman's gloves and carrot nose. Except it's not a carrot nose. Why did I write that? Never mind.
I want this carrot. I'm hungry.
It's not a carrot. Why did I write carrot? Okay. Rewind.
And Perry just laughs even harder and completely cracks himself up.
Craps himself. He craps himself.
He completely cracks himself up. Sorry. Woo.
You gotta go.
Wow.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.